So last hour we have a decline offering an opportunity to open up a long position and erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level in the midst of which there's a crest which we revisit. This could be the crest right here that we revisit. What is this line? What the heck? Man, E-Trade is so buggy now. There we go. But this is probably the price level right here. It's the 18th. Right, so there's that unicursal energy there midday. And you could see around, what time is that? It's about 10:30. We have this pretty notable decline here, a little bit of a move to the upside at about 10:40. But we break down to and through support, meet a second support, rotate sideways along that support, and then we break down through support, bounce along support, break down through more support, and then that takes us into the Hierophant card here, which takes us to that crest. We go from a low to a high right there. And then this was the universe card. Out of a decline, there's a move from the bottom of range to the top of range. That's the strength card. And we should see decline with opportunity to open up long position and an opportunity in the midst of erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level, confirming in which there's a crest that we recently visited. There's also some Aeon energy here, so even though we've got this Princess of Cups kind of decline offering opportunity to open up long position, we're also going to see a pretty strong move in here because we've got the overarching energy at play, the Aeon card. Right, which is also, we're coming up on the Aeon card tomorrow, so there's a lot of Aeon energy here throughout the day. some Aeon energy at the end of the day. Interesting. So this was the day that was contradictory. Yeah, it really looks like we move higher in the morning. The Strife card and the Valor card are really similar. They have relationships between each other, I should say. Yeah, but this is Aeon energy going on right here, right? So we got this overarching like 1 month chart energy going on. But remember, this is going to be erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. We should see a pretty big decline here as well, especially because we're coming up on overbought territory and we've got a good 40-50 minutes. So a lot of back and forth we should see here. And we probably open roughly around where we close today, is my sense. Probably around where we close today. It's where we open and we move higher in the morning. So tomorrow, there's probably a pretty big move overnight, and then we open kind of around the same level, but then a lot of movement to the upside. In the morning, followed by a drop in the afternoon. With more Aeon energy at the end of the day tomorrow, too. But that's interesting. We've got that right there. It's picking up on it today, especially towards the end of the month. I want to know what the hell is going on with this red line here. Like, what is that? science level there. So early part of the day, if you just hopped on, early part of the day should be pretty bullish tomorrow. Possibly into another high. Unlikely, but it could happen, like in the morning or probably like midday if it did happen. See, the Aeon card is nullified, so the move off the low is somehow kind of like made irrelevant, and I think it's probably because we have this sharp drop here towards the end of the day. Volume overall for the 25th will be bearish. And normally I would say open a long position, but the overarching trend for the day is significantly to the downside, so it's not wise to make to try and make trades against the overarching trend. And there you can see we're kind of doing some back and forth here. Hey, for everybody that's going to watch this video, we've had an issue where Wix is like updating our website, and things are, or updating Wix, and things that were connected on our website become disconnected, like search engines, and some of our payment links were not working. If you come across anything like that, guys, please let us know ASAP, because we're having issues with like not finding out about these things. Wix isn't telling us, it's just kind of like happening, and we're finding out it like a week or two after the fact. Alright, so here's a sharp drop. Couple things indicating a sharp drop in the midst of a big... See, that's what you get. You get the pleasure card when you've got a lot of contradictory energies. You get cards like the pleasure card or the dominion card. Ace of Swords card at the high there. Hey Hermes, what you doing? You want the pets? But any notable decline here at the end of the day, I would say, is probably an opportunity to open up a long position, which could be closed in the morning. I think that's probably, matter of fact, that's what that trade is. Sometimes the Princess of Wands isn't opportunity to open, it's opportunity to close a long trade in the midst of a rally. That makes more sense. So that's this decline that's taking place here. I think we probably revisited the crest that you revisit in the pleasure card, and we should see more erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. But what I'm looking for is this upside down horse and Princess of Cups energy combined with the strife, which is kind of like surrounding this erratic behavior. In other words, I'm looking for this decline, and the decline should offer opportunity to open up a long position. You're such a good boy, Hermes. Everybody loves you, you know? Hey, Mark. Bear with me, this E-Trade's a little slow during retrogrades. It's kind of pretty typical. Oops. So the next like really big move to the upside that I see is in late May, but let me take a look closer at May because I think there's like a little bit of wiggle room involved here. Yeah, this is looking pretty ugly here. 17th through the 23rd kind of area. But then this is a pretty big move to the upside here, 24th, 25th. Long opportunity, open up a long position, another big move to the upside on the 31st. So like towards the end of May, which we should drop off. Like there'll be a big move. We'll establish support on a like year-to-date kind of scale. We'll establish support at a higher level, creating a crest, and then we should drop. Followed by a rally, a drop in early June, followed by a rally along the diagonal trend line in late June, and then in July is where it really starts to get bullish. July and August. And I did this reading so long ago that my knowledge has advanced. I did this reading on September 3rd, 2022. My knowledge of Eso-Meta has evolved since then. I'm sensing maybe like a highest high in August, actually. It's like a highest high, maybe then we see a higher high in October, maybe we see a higher high that even still in December, but like as we get into like the second half of the year, there's a lot more bullish kind of energies going on for SPC. But I think the biggest bullish month is going to be July, early August. The Ace of Swords is also another place that's usually like a highest high, ends up being a highest high. The reason why I sense a high here is there's correlation to the abundance card. Abundance card often indicates a new local high, so it's probably going to be like a highest high yet for the year here in August. That's probably what it is. Yeah, and so I got June too. June's going to be, there's a bunch of June stuff going up on our early access on the website within like the next day and a half. Bunch of June stuff, like all of the S&P 500, the S&P 1 month overview for June's coming out. You can get all that stuff, like otherwise you got to wait until mid-May to see it, but you can get all that stuff with early access on our website. You do that here, guys. Eso-Meta services, Eso-Meta forecasts, early access. Yeah, he is. Hermes is really well behaved. I didn't even crate train him. He just like waits to go outside. He never goes in the house. Not even. I have a pad out for him because he's the type of dog that you can have go on a pad. He never uses it unless he's sick and he can't wait to go outside. He's really well behaved. He listens to me. You're a good boy, Hermes. Everybody loves you. And he's not even neutered and he's like so well behaved, it's crazy. I'll be surprised we don't see a pretty big move over the next few days here for SPC. Oops. This might right here might have been the. Oh. Okay, so we had universe. Sorry, this was debauch. Hierophant. And then off of the high we have this universe drop. Big move from the bottom of range to the top of range. Now we should still see this. We should still see a decline. How much time do we have left? We got a half hour. We should see a decline into the close is my sense. And I would utilize that as an opportunity to open up a long position, close the long position tomorrow in the midst of a early morning rally. Hey, Carolyn. It's kind of a mixed week for Dash. It looks like mixed ending to the downside. But I'm sensing a peak in there or a test of resistance. Jesus. So we probably test like 62.39. Um, 61, 61. Yeah, it's mostly bearish. We'll probably see this price level 58.49 this week, towards the end of the week. Hey, Round Earth. Where's my favorite one? There, I missed it. Like I said, a bunch of June stuff coming out on the website over the next couple days especially, but over the next week. Like June Bitcoin, XRP. Yeah, it's looking pretty bullish into probably the second week. But there's a sharp drop here on the cusp. Let me see. Let me look at the month, because there's a sharp drop in there. Yeah, like I said, my sense is that if I'm gonna be wrong on a reading in April, it would probably be the Bitcoin one. And I mentioned this earlier because we've got this downward trend overarching, and then we've got these highs at the end of the month. Very rarely will that happen, but that's what I saw anyhow. There's possibly a low here at the end of the month. It's my sense. If I'm dead ass wrong about these highs, then this is probably a low for the end of the month. At the end of the month here on the 30th. See, what I notice about Bitcoin April and Bitcoin May is they both have as their theme cards opportunities to open up long positions in the midst of decline. And it looks like we've got a higher high in June based on this. In any case, if you want to check out the June stuff, guys, you can get the June stuff early access. Or if you want the paid versions, you can get all the paid versions right now for $250. It's a super steal. We're offering subscriptions, monthly subscriptions to all of these different tickers. If people don't pick up any, like if some of these don't get picked up by somebody as far as like somebody subscribing, then we're going to get rid of them and move on. So if you see one on here you're interested in, highly recommend subscribing to it, because if nobody subscribes, it's going bye-bye. Great way to support the channel too. Channel definitely needs support right now, guys. We had all these issues with our links getting disconnected, and like Wix did all this funky stuff with updates that just messed up our site, and we stopped getting sales for quite some time. Had to say bye to one of our the people on our team. We just couldn't hold them because we're not getting, people aren't sending what they used to send for support, guys, and we really need it. Otherwise, we're going to be back at square one here. I'm going to have to go get another job. If I get a job, there's no way in hell I'll be able to do this. It just takes way too much time. And why do it if I'm not getting anything out of it except stress and lack of time? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to help people for sure, but it's nice to see the help come back. You're welcome, Caroline. AV, are you talking about... Oh, SPY? Yeah, okay. I don't see a decline really overnight. I see we either open roughly the same levels or we open higher. My sense is we probably open higher. And there goes my application. So like last few minutes, I'll be surprised if we don't see a notable decline here in the last few minutes. I would utilize a decline if we get down to like levels around here. I would probably utilize it as an opportunity to open up a long position, which could be closed in the morning, probably first thing in the morning, but not necessarily. There's a lot of rally going on here in the first half of the day for tomorrow. Cash out opportunity midday as well. Yeah. There's going to be a little bit of a drop right around the open too before this big rally that commences. And then midday's opportunity to open up a short position. Yeah, the rest of the month's not looking so hot, guys. Come here, little guy. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Everybody loves you, you little peanut. You're a little peanut, you know? Are you falling asleep? Falling asleep right on me? Go sit over here, goofball. I don't think so, Carolyn. I think this is probably one where I'm off. I had a sneaking suspicion about that. Oh wait, no, I was thinking about Bitcoin. Sorry. SPY is looking pretty good. I think we have a high here at the 26th, 27th, somewhere around there. We probably have another high. It might be the 26th. Hey, IG. It's not getting filled now. Later's really a long time. It's a broad word. Eventually it's filled. But not right now. Wow, if we end up with a high, I'd be a little surprised. It could happen, but I'd be a little surprised. Because we've got this erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level, revisiting a crest in the midst of that. And there's Aeon energy here at the end of the day as well, so you have to take that into consideration. But overall, any decline here, I'd open a long position, or tomorrow morning if there's a drop right around the open, I would utilize that drop as an opportunity to open up a long position to close for a day trade midday. But the real trade is opening a short position here midday and closing it in the midst of a sharp drop here. That's a day trade. IG, you're asking if it will get filled in July? Interesting. I'm getting a maybe, so maybe it's not July, but it's close to July. I'm getting like it somewhere around the cusp of July, possibly. It's a little unclear. Oh, 100%, Carolyn. Eclipses always impact the market. Um, where did my May go? That's Bitcoin. Oops. We got market lows or month's lows here around the eclipse, just a little bit before the eclipse. Like eclipses are like uber powerful versions of either a full moon or a new moon energy. Any last questions, guys? I'm gonna roll at 4. I don't think the governments have much of a choice. It's eventually it's going to happen. It's like when we went from change to paper money, when we went from the gold standard to full faith, backed by full faith, which is backed by nothing basically except if you trust the individual. Yeah, there's going to be some that are utilized and some maybe that aren't. There might even be a few cryptos that aren't CBDCs that end up being like a government currency. Well, that's where we have a lowest low. We'll do pretty bullish behavior, and then there's going to be a lowest low here in the end of September or early October. We go to a high in June, July, and then to a low in September, October, and then back to a high around December. You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna roll, guys. As always, remember to follow that rule of karma. It's super important. The channel needs support more than ever, guys. We had like all these technical issues that prevented us from getting sales for a really long time. Channel's hurting. We had to let somebody go. That helps the channel a lot. And we had to put them on pause. So any support that people can show, much appreciated. There's the resources tab where you can send 5% of the profits back to the channel through Cash App, PayPal, or if you're international, there's an app called Wise that people have sent me 5% through Wise, because sometimes international, they can't use PayPal or Cash App. And then other ways to support, guys. We got recurring payments. It's funny. It's like we didn't have recurring payments. Everybody wanted to subscribe. We got recurring payments, and now it's like, where are the subscriptions? Like, where is everybody? You get subscriptions here. They're working. You go to monthly predictions. And basically any of these can be subscribed to. If they're not subscribed to anytime soon, guys, they'll disappear. We'll no longer cover them. I'm only looking to cover tickers and crypto that, you know, there's interest in, because I have to be able to eat while I'm doing this work. You're welcome. All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.